It's Sports by the Book at the South Point Studio. Here's Jeff Parles and Alex White.
Welcome in, everyone. It is time for Sports by the Book here at the South Point Casino. I'm Alex White. No Jeff Parles. He will be back next week, but don't worry. We have a few great shows lined up for you, including today. My guest, you're going to want to stick around for this, Duane Colucci from the Rampart Race and Sportsbook. He will be joining me here in less than 10 minutes. Before we get started, couple things to go over. Please like, share, and subscribe. South Point Studio on YouTube channel. You can also find us wherever you get your podcast. Couple places locally that are playing our show right now. Steiner's, three great locations. I love this place. I'm not just saying that. Great Nevada-style pub. Go check them out. And then, of course, in Fuego, Henderson, thanks to Andy Martello, located on Coronado Center. So shout out and hello to everybody who is watching us from there. 4 great shows on this channel. Make sure you check them all out. Of course, this is Sports by the Book. We have Punchlines with Frank Nicotero, produced by Ryan McCormick. Race Day with Ralph Sirocco and Gone Racing, which you can catch today with Brendan Gone and Jeff Motley. We're going to do things a little bit differently. I will get to the starting 5. That is where we go through the 5 most intriguing games to bet on the board. I'm going to go through that, and then we will get Duane on to cover it. But first, I'm going to do a quick recap of yesterday's games. On the hardwood, the Mavericks steal one from the Timberwolves. Over bettors cashed. Total closed at 207.5. Final was Mavs 108 to 105. So we had 213 there. Of course, the underdog, Dallas, covers and wins outright. That means underdogs are 2-0 so far in these finals series. On the ice, the Florida Panthers won. I was not expecting. This was a shutout over the New York Rangers. Bobrovsky, 23 saves. Panthers closed as a small favorite, minus 115 on the road. Another one. That is one I thought we were going to see a lot of goals. I had over 5.5, but nothing for the Rangers in that first game. Then back to the hardwood. WNBA, Indiana Fever. What a great game between the Fever and the Storm. The Storm ultimately win that one 85-83. A lot of points in that final quarter as the Fever tried to come back and push it to overtime. Caitlin Clark finished with 21 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. Ultimately, Indiana did cover. That makes underdogs so far in the WNBA 14-5-1 against the spread. Home teams just 6-13-1 covering that spread. I can't wait to talk to Colucci today. I want to see his thoughts, and maybe there's some more parity in this league than we thought. All right, we're going to go ahead and swoosh that across the board, get to our starting 5. These are the games that are most intriguing to bet on today. Number 1, Game 2 in the Garden, Indiana Pacers at Boston. Celtics got away with the first one in overtime. Slight adjustment on the side here. They are an 8.5-point favorite at home. Total 224.5. We saw that first game fly over the total, even without overtime. Number 2, Game 1 in the West in the NHL. The Dallas Stars are hosting the Oilers. The Stars, minus 130 at home. Total at 6. Now, this is the first series in the playoffs that the Oilers have been an underdog. So we're going to see how they do in that role. Duane Colucci, great at hockey, will definitely get his thoughts on this one. Number 3, we have 8 games in the MLB. Headlined Mariners-Yankees game. Now, the Yankees are looking to tie up the series. The Mariners won the first 2. The Yanks won yesterday. We have Luis Castillo taking the mound for Seattle against Lewis Gill for the Pinstripes. Yankees minus 140 at home. Total 7.5. Number 4, I have to bring it up. Paul Skeens, he takes the mound again. It is his 3rd start. This is the first time he has seen a team other than the Cubs. Pretty big favorite here at home against the Giants. Pirates, minus 175. Total in that one is 8. And then number 5 in the starting 5, 3 WNBA games on the board. New York Liberty and Connecticut, both at home, hosting, trying to remain undefeated. The most intriguing one to me, though, is we have the Washington Mystics and the Phoenix Mercury. The Mercury are coming off a huge upset over the Las Vegas Aces. We'll see how they do in this one. Right now, Phoenix is the favorite, 6.5 points at home. Total in that one, 162.5. All right, those are our starting 5 for the day. As I mentioned, 3 3 WNBA on the board, 8 MLB, one big game in Boston with the Pacers and the Celtics. And then we're starting our Western Conference final in hockey. We're going to take a very quick break here. And then on the other side, I'm going to have Duane Colucci joining me to break down all of those games. Don't go anywhere. This is Sports by the Book.
From the South Point studio, the perfect blend of sports.
But I think the Niners are going to wear them down. Detroit Pistons lost their 36 games.
Comedy.
See over-under on that relationship lasting. I'm going to put mayo in the coffee.
Yes.
I am beautiful. And a whole lot of Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Yeah. Pittsburgh.
Join Ryan McCormick.
That's at least 2 picks outside of our own in the first round next year. Oreo.
And host Frank Nicotero.
I look at the clock, I go, ah!
Watch Punchlines live at noon every weekday.
Once you've satisfied your hunger, get ready for more of the hottest casino games in Vegas. Our 24-hour, 30-table non-smoking poker room proudly hosts all the most popular poker games with a variety of betting limits. Visit the poker room for a schedule of daily tournaments. Whether you're going to hold 'em or fold 'em, the best place for poker is at South Point Casino. You'll notice that our craps tables are usually the loudest in the casino. If you've never played, join one of our free craps lessons to find out what makes this game so exciting. Check with the craps dealer for schedules and give it a roll. Bingo is also an exciting way to spend your time. We offer 7 sessions of bingo every day. Bingo! And each session includes a cash ball jackpot, 12 bingo games, a progressive double action game, and a $10,000 bonus coverall. Electronic units are available. If you haven't played bingo with us, give it a try today. Guests can also get in on the action at our one-of-a-kind race and sports books. 2 separate rooms designed to maximize your experience and comfort. Our sports book, with over 400 seats, puts you right in the middle of the action, 24 hours a day. South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world. Our gaming amenities include over 60 table games and over 2,600 of the most popular slot and video poker machines. We have penny slots, including the popular Buffalo games, and real machines like Wheel of Fortune, 777s, and Megabucks. If you prefer video poker, try Deuces Wild, Double Double Bonus, or a variety of multi-denomination games. Or try your hand at one of the most popular casino table games in the world, Blackjack. Don't let the game intimidate you. Blackjack, also known as 21, is both easy and fun. And our dealers are always happy to assist. And the best part? Blackjack always pays 3 to 2. Next, check out the roulette tables. Roulette is one of the easiest casino games to learn, and so much fun to play. It's a favorite of both beginners and seasoned players. In addition to blackjack and roulette, our casino pit features over 60 popular table games like Baccarat, Pai Gow Poker, 3-Card Poker, Ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Mississippi Stud. So get out of your room and come join in the fun. If you're celebrating a special occasion or just love fine dining, you're in the right place. Come experience the crown jewel of South Point restaurants, Michael's Gourmet Room.
Welcome.
With over 600 different types of wines and magnificent dishes prepared tableside, you'll revel in the rich classic Vegas decor and the best black tie service in the world. This intimate gourmet room has earned accolades galore. Come to Michael's Gourmet Room for an unforgettable dining experience. Another famous restaurant is the Silverado Steakhouse. where you'll find the charm and service that discerning patrons require. From top quality steaks and chops to fresh seafood and desserts, you'll love the award-winning wine list and menu at Silverado Steakhouse. Steak lovers have even more options with primarily prime rib. Catering to hearty appetites, the menu features a variety of flavorful prime rib cuts, dry-aged to ensure tenderness, and then seasoned and slowly roasted. Although prime rib is our specialty, it's not the only thing on the menu. There's something for everyone. And if you're craving a taste of Italy, come experience delicious Italian cuisine and the attentive service at Don Vito's. Our culinary team starts with the freshest ingredients and transforms them into traditional favorites. And don't forget Italian desserts. Don Vito's. Savor the taste of Italy. Finally, if sushi is more your style, join us at the popular Zenshin Asian restaurant and sushi bar, where we're serving up the freshest sashimi, nigiri, and sushi rolls. And beyond the sushi, an exciting contemporary Asian cuisine menu, plus a variety of specialty drinks, Japanese and domestic beer, wine, and sake. Balance your hunger with Zenshin.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Sports by the Book here at the South Point Casino. I'm Alex White. Joining me now from the Rampart, we have Duane Colucci. You can find him on Twitter at NYBookieDwayne. Really excited to get to talk to you. How are you doing today, Colucci?
Doing well, Alex. How about yourself at the fabulous South Point there?
Doing really good. I'm excited. I mean, a lot of action right now in the NBA and the NHL playoffs. They have not disappointed by any means. Before we get into those, I just want to ask you, talking about golf a little bit here. Now, PGA Championship just finished. Xander Schauffele got it done in that one. And then moving ahead, we have another one that's already started today. Scottie Scheffler, he closed as plus 250 favorite. What are you seeing right now? Are people supporting him at that price or taking a chance on a longer shot?
Well, it works both ways with that, Alex. You know, a lot of people, when you see that short of odds, they're definitely betting him. So obviously, he's taking some action across the board. But, you do have the smaller consumers that try to, catch lightning in a bottle, especially the way the PGA Tour has been. It's been a little top heavy. So everybody's anticipating that it might come back down to earth. And you do have some of the smaller consumers that are taking shots with the longer prices on the board. But, very difficult to beat those top five golfers the way they've been playing over the past couple of months. So, yeah, definitely it's a mixed review. You don't know what to expect after the arrest and, all the court implications and all that going on. So, definitely a lot of excitement with the golf and great handle at the Rampart and South Point. That's what that produces. The more parity that's involved with some of these golfers and the more outspoken they get, it does attract, definitely a market, whether it's McIlroy, Scheffler, all these guys, you're definitely getting a good landscape of golf betting.
Most definitely. They've been a lot of fun to watch this year. Let's go to the hardwood. So we have game 2 in Boston. Now, the Celtics got really lucky in that first one, won in overtime. I'm interested in your thoughts first before we get into this game 2. Do you think the Pacers have a chance to make this a series?
Yeah, definitely, Alex. Without Porzingis, you could see that the inside is definitely open for the Pacers, and they're able to drain the three-pointers. Now, how much gas they'll have is what I'm worried about. Everybody talks about load management and all this. It's more about Tyrese Halliburton and, his back and how long will it hold up. He's played very well. He did make that mistake late in the game, dribbling out of bounds, definitely costed Indiana in that game. And then, you have, the long-range shooting by the Celtics that eventually were able to overcome. But they did not look like they were a team that was going to dominate and win by 20 or 30 points. This Pacer team is very difficult to stop. They have a good bench as well. They're getting so much great play from all different players, whether it's McConnell, who definitely he steps in and adds another dimension and helps them out. You have all these inside presence players and definitely, Nebhart, he's been on fire. So as long as the Pacers shoot and Carlisle keeps them within a regiment, they're definitely dangerous. But the problem is if they start to miss shots, that one game against the Knicks, they shot 75% in the first half. That's unheard of. So if the Celtics could clamp down on the defense, they will overcome and win this series. But I think it's a more difficult series than it seems, Alex. And definitely, Carlisle has this team firing on all cylinders. They weren't expected to beat the Knicks. Maybe people got a perception later on as the Knicks started to get injured and tired. But this Indiana team is very difficult, especially when they shoot the three ball so well.
Everybody's fear was that they didn't play enough defense, but now I'm with you that it could be a series here, and I think the books are telling you that too, Duane. The series price didn't adjust that much. So before game one, Boston was minus 900. Now they're minus 1,200. Pacers are now plus 750 to win the series. Is that just showing you that maybe we have to respect Indiana a little bit more than we did to start the series?
Yeah, definitely. And you see the adjustment on the point spread. It's 8.5 now, Alex, at the Rampart and South Point. So, you're definitely seeing even a second game now. You figure the Celtics would be more acclimated and shake the rust off. You figure they would have a better performance, but yet the Pacers are still, very popular at the market and from the other side of the counter. So definitely you have to respect this team, whether it's Turner, whether it's Siakam, these guys, they're just coming to play and they're playing with their hearts on their sleeves. I expect, though, the Celtics will play a much tighter game and a better game in game two. And usually I believe the Celtics are better in a situation like this. So I'd be looking to actually lay the points if I was a consumer here. But Indiana's dangerous, like I said, and the public are respecting them. You see only plus 750, on the series odds and 8.5, like I said, at the Rampart and South Point.
It does feel like the momentum has shifted, right? The Pacers were coming in off high momentum, beating the Knicks, and then kind of carried that over in game one. That kind of switched when it went to overtime, and then the Celtics got it done. Last question on this game, because I am intrigued. The first one closed 223.5. Even without overtime, just in regulation, it went over that. You're thinking that the Celtics might be able to slow the pace down a little bit in this one?
Yeah, definitely. And yet you're seeing the market is still at 224 and a half. So, definitely a lot of people feel that this could be a 3-point shootout as well.
Right.
When Brown and, Tatum start to really stroke it, they can put up points in a hurry too. Even Horford shoots threes. So everybody on that team seems to shoot from the outside as well as the Pacers. We have yet to see Halliburton start heaving them in from half court, and he definitely could heat up. And even the big guys on Indiana shoot the three. So a lot of people are feeling, like you said and touched upon earlier, Alex, that this could be a defenseless series. And that's the way Indiana likes to flow. They love to outpace their team. And it's funny that they're called the Pacers. They love to have that quicker pace and just stroke. And even with Obi coming off the bench, they like to shoot those threes and run in transition. But yet I believe the Celtics need to just slow it down a little bit, get that half-court set going, facilitate the ball. Holiday will definitely do a good job of that. And then definitely the Celtics will stick the dagger in, and they get hot at times. They're both streak shooting teams. That's why you're seeing these larger totals. And we know the Pacers do not play much defense.
Quickly on the other series, I just want to get your thoughts. So Dallas does win the first one in Minnesota. But we know the Timberwolves are coming off a big Game 7, took down the defending champions in the Nuggets. So I don't take too much from that one. I'm curious to see the series price now. It looks like we are getting plus money with Minnesota, plus 130. Is that intriguing, or do you think the Mavs have this figured out and they're going to move on from the West Side?
Alex, Minnesota is a dangerous team. I definitely believe so. And just, inches away with that goaltending call or the, in the rim cylinder call on the dunk by Towns. That was a great game. It went down to the wire, but Luka seems to be really stroking it and playing well. And they were able to keep up with Minnesota. And the whole key is, will Edwards be able to have that great game and explode? And, the offense definitely flows through this guy. So if he scores 35 or more, the Timberwolves have an excellent chance playoffs. They have to offset Kyrie. They have to offset Luka and that, 3-point barrage that these guys could put up. So I definitely feel confident that Minnesota is the better team. But right now, Dallas is playing at such a high level. It's going to be very difficult to stop. Jason Kidd has full command of this offense and this team. So, I definitely like Minnesota. I agree with you. There is some value here, especially, at the plus 130, even though Dallas now has swayed the home court. But I think the Timberwolves are definitely a tough out. They beat Denver, which I felt was nearly impossible, losing by 15 at halftime. And like you said, Alex, that's definitely it takes its toll coming back and a game 7 and beating the defending champs. So look for Minnesota to rebound in this next game. I agree with you.
I do like them in this next game coming up. A little bit of that zigzag. Are you anticipating that one goes the distance?
I tell you the truth, if Minnesota starts to find their game, no, I think they could dominate this Dallas team. I'm surprised that Dallas went this far. I'm surprised they beat OKC. I think OKC blew that game as well, down the stretch in that last game of that series. But, the Mavericks are well coached. They have a lot of talent and they have a lot of veteran talent. That's what the key is. You have a veteran team and veteran leadership against a Timberwolves team that is somewhat new to this situation and the NBA playoffs. So, it's going to be difficult for the Timberwolves, but I think if they find their game and Edwards really starts to play at a high level, and mixes it in with the inside out with Towns, they're tough to stop.
Let's go ahead and move to the ice. We're starting in the Western Conference Finals. We have Dallas hosting Edmonton. They are minus 130 at home. Total is 6. So I know we talked when it was still the Oilers and the Kings. I liked them in that last game. You like the Kings. I'm with you now because after watching the Oilers play Vancouver, I mean, they really have no defense, no protecting their goalie, whether it's Skinner or whoever is in net. So how do you feel about this series and this game 1? We know the Stars have not won a game 1 yet in the playoffs.
Yeah, which is shocking because now they're one of the top teams left, if not the top team left. So, you're seeing a low line because it's the juggernaut that everybody perceives, Edmonton. But, Alex, they were life and death against Vancouver, who's playing with a third-string goalie. They had several injuries as well, did Vancouver. It isn't the Wayne Gretzky, Harry Curry, Kevin Lowe. This is not that Edmonton Oiler team, even though you have McDavid and Draisaitl. This team can be beaten. I can't believe they went this far. I definitely thought Vancouver had their number until it was established that Demko and DeSmith were down. And you also see, like you said, whether it's Skinner or Picard out there, they flip-flop because they can't protect the goaltender. That's the whole key. And they were life and death limping into this series. I mean, you look down the stretch, they were winning 3-0. Before you know it, Vancouver had them, it was 3-2 and there's 5-6 minutes to go. Give them a lot of credit, the Oilers. They tightened the defense in those last 3 minutes of that game to advance to this round. But I think Dallas easily wins this series, in my opinion. I think Dallas is the much better team. They were able to beat the Golden Knights. That was a life and death series showing you how good the Vegas Golden Knights are, the defending Stanley Cup champions. And then the next round, beating Colorado is just so important because I felt Colorado, until Nichushkin went down, was the best team left in the western side of the playoffs. So I think Dallas and Pete DeBoer get the job done. They just have to stay healthy, have to avoid injury. Ottinger's going to outplay both of their goaltenders. He's by far the best goaltender left on the western side out of the big 3 that are playing there, whether it's Skinner, Picard, or, Ottinger. And definitely they have a lot of veteran leadership. Pete DeBoer knows what to do. He's an excellent, excellent head coach. It's going to be a difficult series, but I think that Dallas wins it in 5 or 6.
I don't know how I overlooked the Florida Panthers yet again another year. I mean, they looked so good yesterday. I'm shocked the Rangers couldn't even get one goal in that one, shut out in the first game. I assume they bounce back, though, here, the Rangers, wouldn't you? They've been a very good team all year long.
Yeah, definitely. The Rangers are a solid team, Alex, and they are probably, they have the best goaltender that's left in the playoffs. But Bobrovsky tried to prove that wrong last night. I mean, he was playing like an animal, unbelievable, making incredible stops. But the Ranger offense was not facilitating the puck near the net. You didn't see Kreider as much of a factor. Trouba was out there. He was playing very hard. Lafreniere scored on his own goaltender. So, he's been playing at a high level, but that definitely reined his confidence right in. Zibanejad had a solid game. Bobrovsky stopped him in close several times. But, when Barkov and those guys are playing at a high level, Bennett, all these guys, which Florida is playing at right now, and the defense looks monstrous, it's going to be tough on the Rangers. As great as the Ranger offense is, it's going to be very difficult. When you see them shut out at Madison Square Garden, and that crowd right now is probably the loudest crowd left in the NHL playoffs, and that arena is just amazing during the playoffs. And when you get to the championship round, Alex, to overcome that and to shut them out, that was definitely a big credit. Fox has to step up. All the little intangible guys have to step up. Kako, guys like that. They have to start to get pucks near the net and flood Bobrovsky, get him off his game. Otherwise, Florida's just going to dominate. You saw them go to the finals last year. Yeah. They're definitely capable to go again this year, and they look, very tough right now. When you take away that home ice advantage and you shut down the Ranger power play, stay out of the power play box. The penalty box. That's all you have to do to beat the Rangers. I say this time and time again, especially with less than 10 minutes to go. The Rangers have the best power play in the NHL, Alex. Don't kid yourself. You may see more goals by Edmonton. You may see, other teams look flashier. But in my opinion, the Rangers have the best power play. And if you could shut that down, you're going to win a lot of games.
They're the most effective, right? Very high percentage on the power play. I'm curious, do you have a dog in the fight? Who would you like to see come out of the West and the East at our final two?
Well, from a handle perspective, I would definitely love to see the Rangers and Edmonton. But I believe that Florida is going to beat the Rangers, and I like Dallas too, Alex. I'll be honest with you. From my management perspective, Edmonton and the Rangers will generate the most handle because they are by far the two most popular teams out of the big four that are left. But Florida and Dallas will be an amazing, amazing Stanley Cup Finals. Even the Rangers and Dallas would be amazing. Edmonton, if McDavid starts to fly and Draisaitl, they start to put, 15 points up between them in the series, DeBoer will be scratching his head, but I don't think it's possible. I think they have too many defensive liabilities, like we discussed earlier. They're going to need Kane to help them out as well. So I like Florida and Dallas from an opinion standpoint.
I would like to see the Rangers in Dallas because I want Shesterkin versus Ottinger in that one. But speaking of handle, I want to ask you how you guys are doing with the WNBA. Does it continue to grow? And we saw Caitlin Clark. I mean, they were very close to winning last night. They did cover, and she did end up with 20 or 21 points in that one.
Yeah, she's playing good. I mean, it's a rookie season. You're in the big leagues now. You're not playing against the little girls, that Iowa was facing, and she's learning. They're definitely setting some hard screens on her. We got proposition. She's adding to the handle. Reese and the girls were out at Wrigley Field the other day. Angel Reese is helping handle. So the WNBA is definitely moving up on the charts. Nowhere near the big 3-4 major sports, but definitely here in Las Vegas because you have the Aces as well, who are the defending champions and put a great product on the floor. They've sold out, I believe, already 3/4 of their home games. So it's definitely increasing handle. It's good to see that the WNBA is now on the landscape map, and definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out, how Caitlin Clark, is able to endure. She had a little ankle twist the other night. She had to leave the game. They're setting hard screens on her, but she's tough. I mean, you see, she's putting up 20 points every night, and she's a rookie in this league and definitely the face of the league right now. Despite what anybody says, who cares about all this BS out there, Alex? She's great for that game, and just embrace it, like Charles said. It's fabulous, and it's a good time for the WNBA right now. Getting charter flights now. They're moving forward and definitely moving the needle on the handle perspective at the Rampart and South Point.
I love it. Duane, thank you so much for your time. Make sure and follow him at NYBookie Duane. It was fun. I always love catching up with you and talking hockey.
Definitely, Alex. It's always a pleasure. You're the best.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, last but not least, I just want to remind everybody to please like, share, and subscribe. You can find all of our 4 great shows here on South Point Studio YouTube channel. You can find our podcast wherever you get your podcast. Again, shout out to Steiners and Infuego for having our shows on the TV live. And the only thing I'm really looking at tonight is WNBA, we've got the Washington Mystics and the Phoenix Mercury. I'm going under in that total. Mercury are coming off a big upset over the defending champions, the Las Vegas Aces, at home. So if you want to play that angle, taking the points with the Mystics, I don't mind that either, but I'm going under that 163.5. Hoping for a better totals day today than I had yesterday, but I think it's going to start here with this game. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Alex White. This has been Sports by the Book here at South Point Studio.